In this video, we're going to cover Chapter 2 and the basics of Solidworks and how we'll be referencing certain parts in the Solidworks program. So follow along the book, page 2-4, the very intro. We're going to start on the very top with a new file. You can hit the little paper on top, or you can hit the down arrow, new, start here. Now this is your default selections: part, assembly, and drawings. Parts are images that will be converted into 3D shapes. Assemblies are just a group of parts put together. And drawings, like the hand drawings you just created, are 2D images of 3D parts. So we're going to continue, select part, hit OK. Now, let's look at the program and reference and name some of the things you're going to see. So let's start from left to right. Now, over here, you have the Feature Manager design tree. I like to just refer to it as the tree. So when I'm lecturing or helping you and mention look at the tree, we're talking about this part here. Now, as your file grows, you will see branches pop up here, and you can click and open those branches and it'll keep growing like a tree. You have the menu bar on top. So this is where you would go and save your files. We'll discuss saving files later. You have the heads up view toolbar. So if you wanted to look at something a certain way, you can use this toolbar. You have your sketching tools if you click on this. So let me just go back. This on top will be referred to as the ribbon. The ribbon changes as you select different tabs. So when I say look at the ribbon, you're looking on the top part. When I say tabs, look at these tabs. Okay. You have the graphics window, which is right here, and the status bar. It's very important that you look at the bottom of the status bar. It'll solve a lot of your problems. If the model or the file is not reacting the way you want it to, make sure you're in the right tab using the right tools. Right now I'm editing a part in 3D space, nothing's there. We'll move forward. Now, in the book, it does discuss changing your layout. If you right click on top in the menu bar, you can deactivate the command manager and change the layout. And this will look very similar to what is in the book. You're welcome to use this format, and you're welcome to switch back. It just depends. I like to have it like this, where I can have more space to model and select menus as I deem necessary. Okay. So we're going to move forward. Now, on the bottom right, I do want you to notice that we are an inch, pound, and seconds. So we're using the American Standard. If you click on this, you can change the different measurement systems. You can go to edit document units and change them further. You can change the units, the fineness of the scale. Do you want to go 1, 2, or 3 decimal places? There'll be a place for this later. I just want to show you where it is. If you click on this arrow here, you can go to 3 decimal places. You can go to 4 decimal places. Now, if you want a point of reference, 2 decimal places goes to half, 1/8, 1/16, 1/32, and so forth. So let's keep it at 3/8. We're gonna hit OK, and we're gonna leave it as is. Still leaving it as IPS. Okay, so we're gonna jump into modeling. So I'm gonna go over to my ribbon, select the Sketch tab, and select Sketch. Now, you will see this, a version of this. Solidworks is asking, where do you want to start your drawing? You can start with the front plane. For our math people, that's X, Y. You have your right plane, that can be Y, Z. And you can have the top plane, which is X, Z. In 3D geometry, you have X, Y, and Z. So I'm just going to use the front plane. Okay. I want you to notice down here, it is telling me that I am sketching on the front plane. So in case you're lost, what plane am I drawing on? It's on the front. So I want to start with our first command, the line command. Now, up on top of the ribbon, you will see line, and if I hold my cursor there, it'll give me a description. Sketches a line. I want you to get in the habit of looking at these commands and parentheses. Keyboard shortcuts are key to productivity. I'm going to use a shortcut for line, which happens to be the letter L. So I'm going to hit L. You'll notice that my pointer will change. I'm in the line command. The line selected. My model tree has changed. I'm ready to go. So I will be drawing a block L, and I'll be starting from the top, going down to the bottom. So I'm going to click and just move my mouse. I want you to notice some things here. You have a number for the distance. You have 0 degree for the degree in which I'm drawing. You have a yellow indicator there for a horizontal line, meaning it is 0 or 180 degrees. So I'm going to click there, and I'm going to keep going. I'm going a certain distance. I'm at a 90-degree angle. You'll notice that the yellow is indicating that this is a vertical line up and down. And I'm at a 90-degree angle, so I'm going to keep going. Click. Keep moving. Now, you will see these little hash marks populate. This is just indicating that there's a certain relationship there. Now, if I were to stop there and go up, I would be at the midpoint of the line segment I just created. I don't want that, but I do want you to notice it. So I'm just going to flatten this out, 90 degrees. You'll notice that there's a little degree indicator there. Reference the book, and you will know what all these little symbols mean. Okay, there are geometry terms. So I'm going to keep going. Click there. Go up. Vertical. Go this way. These little landmarks pop up. This is the halfway point of that one. Keep going this way. Line everything up. Okay. Keep clicking. And I'm not clicking every so often. I'm just clicking when I need to. Okay. Less lines, the better. So I'm going to close this shape. And you'll see my icon. There's a little bullseye. That means dot on dot. So this will close a loop. And that line to the right of it, vertical line, this is a straight line. So I'm going to click and close. Now, if I did it correctly, I should not be drawing any more lines. I have one continuous chain of lines. If I'm satisfied with this, you can click the green arrow here. Okay, you're done. You can click select to deactivate the line command. So I'm going to hit select. Tree changes. My pointer changes. I'm still in sketch mode, but I'm not creating a line. Next, we're going to define the sketch by using our next popular command, which is smart dimension. Creates a dimension for one or more selected entities. So I'm going to go over the different ways you can use smart dimension and dimension your model. So when you're using smart dimensions, you can select the line segment, orange, and just click and drag, and click it again to lock it down. And I'm just going to hit enter. You could select the distance of two lines. So I'm going to hit this orange line and that orange line. Click it, hit enter. It's fine. This orange line, click it, and I want to go point to point. Click it. I want to right click, select, and I'm going to select that. I'm just going to delete it. Just want to show you guys something. You could also select smart dimension, a line, and a point to get another dimension. Be very careful how you select your dimensions. I'm just giving you different options. You could also do point to point. Right click, select, deactivate it. Now I'll go ahead and exit sketch because I know this might be a problem you will see. In fact, I'm going to delete some of these dimensions. Okay. Now some of you may have accidentally exited out and you see this and you're trying to dimension the shape. So you're just going to go smart dimension, click here, select, and let's say you want to go back and change the dimension. Double click, nothing's happening. No need to worry. Check what tools and what options you're in. If you go down to the bottom right, you'll notice that I'm editing a part. So I'm no longer editing a 2D drawing. I'm trying to edit a 3D part. I do not want that. So if you go back to the tree on the left, right click and select this option, edit sketch. You can go back and change your drawing. And you'll notice that the drawing will change too. Those dimensions are back. It's blue. I can now interact with them. So I'm going to use the same smart dimension here, here, and I can change that. Okay. Now, the book first asks you to give certain dimensions, so I'm going to just follow those dimensions. First, I believe this leg is supposed to be 2. This leg's supposed to be 2. This leg is supposed to be 0.75. And just to show you that you could do it, you can use 0.75 in a fraction, so 3 divided by 4 gives me the same number. Right click, select, exit sketch. So there's that other old dimension I had. I can go ahead and delete that if I want to, just so I won't get confused. So I just clicked it and hit the delete button, not the backspace button. You continue with the book. It will also ask you need to go back and modify this. So we're going to go to sketch again, edit, and change it. Change that to 2.5. Change that to 2 space 1 divided by 2, which is also 2.5. Now let's get fancy. Let's use 5 divided by 2. Still the same number. Everything looks good. Right click. Or we can hit edit sketch. Excuse me, exit sketch. I'm done. Now I'm trying to create my first 3D shape. Now we're going to select a different tool in a different part in a different tab. So we're going to go to Features. We're going to go to Extrude Boss Base. So we're going to extrude this. So if I hover over this for a moment, I'll give it a description of what it's trying to do. It takes a 2D shape and gives it 3D form. Hit that. And Solidworks is asking, what shape would you like to extrude? So if you hover over this, should pick it up. Click on it. There it is. Your tree has changed. I want to extrude this a set distance. So we're going to type in 2.5. That's the depth we want. Click that. You want it blind. If you want to change the direction of your extrusion, you can go to the direction up here. Select this box, reverse direction. You have different options here that you can use at a later time. We're just going to leave it at that. You're done. Hit the green box. You have your first shape. Okay, so let's go over how to move and manipulate this 3D shape. So if you go on top, you can change the orientation. You click on this arrow. It will put your model in this cube, and you can view your model under these different views. You can also have a split view if you want to work on 2 different views. 4 views if you have 4 specific views you want to monitor and see how they interact with each other. You have top, bottom, left, right, front, back. Now, as I'm hovering over these, I want you to take a look at the shortcuts. If you hit Control 1, it'll take you to the front view. Control 4, right view, etc. Keep these in mind. It'll save you time. My favorite view is this one, Control 7. It'll take you to an isometric view of your model. I would consider this the home view. So I'm just going to go ahead and select that. It's at a 45-degree angle. Let's look at some more tools up here. You can zoom. So let's say I zoom out, click that, zoom to fit. Zoom in, hit F, zoom to fit. Zoom to area. So if I select a face, click and drag, it'll zoom into that area. You can go to previous view. So what was I looking at last? Section view, you can cut things away. Annotations, more on that later. Hide show items, you can change the appearance. Put this in a scene. And you can change the settings. Okay. Now, if your model starts looking a little different, and you may see this view, make sure you go back to here, view options, deactivate it. You want a parallel projection. You could click on the center mouse button and rotate it 360 degrees on X, Y, and Z. You can use the mouse rocker and zoom in and out. you can right click, select pan, and you can move left and right. You can do a lot of different things. Refer to the book for other shortcuts. Now, you can use a shift commands to rotate your item. Hit shift up, you can rotate to that axis. Shift left and right, rotate to that axis. You can hit control center mouse button, you can pan left and right. Use what's comfortable. So I'm going to use another command. If you hit control up, you can slowly drag up and down, left and right. You can hit Z to zoom in and out. Shift Z to zoom back in. I'm going to go back to the home view. Control 7. Back to that nice fixed view. Okay, so I'm going to continue with my drawing. I'm going to pan. I'm going to work on this area here. So next, I am going to go to Sketch, select Sketch, and I'm going to select this top surface. You'll see that it's highlighted. You can technically select these surfaces to work. I'm going to select this top surface. So if you look in the bottom right, I'm in my second sketch. I'm in sketch mode. I'm going to go with the line command, hit L, and I'm going to draw another L. So I'm going to have it a little bit off to the side. So I'm going to draw this line, make sure that it's 90 degrees. Click, drag this way, and Solidworks is trying to help me, saying looks like you want 90 degrees. Click that way, continue this way, 90. Go up this way, and close it off. Am I at 90? There it is. And bullseye, close it. Right click, select. Ready for dimension. If you right click, you can see some other shortcuts here. You could technically add smart dimensions from here. I don't have to drag my mouse here. So I'm going to select that one, smart dimension. And I'm going to put in the same dimensions. As I did before. Okay, looks good. Go back and change them. 2.5. 2.5. 0.75. 0.75. Right click, select. Now this is a little too close to what I want to do, so because this is blue, I can move it around. So I'm going to click and just move that around just a bit. Line it up. Okay, now I want this edge to be flush with this edge. And I want this edge to be flush with that edge. I'm going to use Smart Dimension. So I'm going to right click, select Smart Dimension, and I'm going to select this edge, that edge, drag it out over here. I'm going to select 0, zoom in. I want this edge, that edge, drag it out. I'm going to select 0. And I have a fully defined shape. Fully defined shapes will be useful in the future. So if you can, create your drawings that end up black and bold like this, fully constrained and dimensioned. Okay, I'm just going to move some of these over here so I can see them. And I'm going to hit Control 7, fixed view. I'm going to exit sketch, and extrude that. So jump into features, extrude boss, select my shape. Solidworks recognizes it. I'm going to go to the direction, switch it, and I do want it to be 2.5, and I do want it to merge. Check that this is selected. That way you have a smooth, continuous shape. If you don't have merge, you will have a break line here. Green button. Click off. And there's that. Okay, next. I'm going to continue with the example. We're going to go to Sketch, Create Sketch. I want to select this, and this time I'm going to draw a circle. So I'm going to go over here, circle command. If you select R, you may be able to use circle command. So I'm going to hit R. No, that is not it. So I'm just going to hit circle. Cursor's change. Now it's asking me to where do I want to draw it. I want to draw on this surface here. So I'm going to just click and drag it open. So I'm going to click, and I want you to notice that there's a letter R there. So I am drawing a circle based off of the radius. So when you look at your numbers, make sure you pay attention if it's asking for a radius from the center of the circle to the edge of the circle, or a diameter. Edge to edge in your circle, that goes right through the center. So I am going to select it. We want this to be a diameter of 0.75. So I'm just going to click that. I'm going to right click, Smart Dimension, and it does give me the diameter. Click on that, 0.75. Okay, now I'm going to locate the circle. I'm still in Smart Dimension mode, so I'm going to select the circle, not the center, the circle, and select this edge, drag that out. I'm just going to hit enter for now. And you have the circle and that edge over there, drag that out. You'll notice this is black, it's fully defined, so I'm going to go ahead and put the appropriate dimensions. So it is going to be 750 and 125. So this dimension will be 0.75, and this dimension will be 1.25. Fully defined, right click, select, edit sketch. Go to features, and this time, as opposed to creating space, I'm going to subtract space. So we're going to use extrude cut the solid model by extruding a sketch profile in one or two directions. So select that. It automatically picks up this circle. This time, as opposed to defining the distance, we're going to select through all. So no matter how thick this is, it'll always cut through all of it. So if I change the parameters of this model, it'll still cut through. I don't have to go back and add dimensions. So that looks good. I'm going to hit green check, OK. Click that off, and there's my home. I'm done with chapter 2. I'm ready to save. So we can go up on top, go to File. We're going to go to Save As, and we're going to save it to the desktop. and we're going to name it in a very specific way. It's going to be Solidworks Chapter 2, and the name of the part is Ajuster, and I want you to add your initials, Mr. Frausto, and save. Now, I went 30 minutes without saving. I encourage you to save every 5 minutes. Technology fails, there's power outages, a lot of things happen. Save often. Good rule of thumb. So this is complete. This is saved. I'm going to shut it down. So I'm just going to close that. And I'm going to minimize this. I'm going to go and jump into Solidworks, to my Google Drive, and I have it ready to drop in. So on these computers, you have this really cool feature. When you have this open, you can slightly minimize it, restore down, make it smaller. If you click and drag it to the right or left, it'll pin left or right. Now I'm just going to drag and drop my file. Here's my part. Click and drag it. SolidWorks is ready to accept it. There's my file. Make it a habit of always saving as the desktop and naming your part. That way you can click and drag. Remember, your computers are wiped daily, so anything you save on the computer will disappear the next day. Thank you for watching the video. I hope this is helpful. This is your very first exercise. Continue working on the next drawing examples. Numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4 should look very familiar. We do have a 5th and a 6th drawing. Stand by for printing these drawings and how to dimension these drawings. Have a good day, Raiders.